Hello everyone and welcome to another mathematics tutorial for the day. Today we'll be looking at multiplying numbers by 10, hundreds and thousands and the importance of 0 as a placeholder. So here we have our magical number or non-number 0. We might do a video on in the future. So when we talk about 0, it's a very useful mathematical tool. It is a placeholder. It gives value to other digits within our decimal place value system. That's the 10 place value. So if we look at this example of the number 30, we can see that we do have a 0 in it, 3 being the value in the 10's column and 0 just being a placeholder, showing that there is no value in the ones and that 3 is in fact 10 or 30 is in fact 10 times bigger than 3 by placing the 0 behind it, which is incredibly important with the maths that we are going to do. So our example here, the first example is number 2. So we're going to go ahead and put number 2 in the 1's column here. Now we want to multiply 2 by 10. So we're going to use 0 here. We're going to move the 2 over to the 10's column and then pop that 0 in as a placeholder. Now we have the number 20. 2 times 10 is 20. So to times it by 100, we're going to move that 2 over again into the hundreds column and then put in 2 zeros as placeholders to make 200. So 2 times 100 is obviously 200. And then quite simply we just do it again. 2 is moved over to the thousands and then we add in 3 zeros into our hundreds, tens and 1 column to get 2000 as a result of 1000 times 2. We'll move on to a slightly harder one, a 2-digit number of 35. So we'll go ahead here and put the 5 in the 1's column and also the 3 representing 30 in the 10's column there. Now if we're going to multiply it by 10, we just do the same technique as before. We move the 5 and the 3 and the 5 over into the hundreds and tens and use 0 as a placeholder to make 350. Same again for 100, we're just moving it one more across to have 3,500 and then 2 zeros to make 3,500. And finally, 35 times 1,000, we move it over one more time, and we've got 10,000s as a column now. We've got 3 10,000s, 5,000s, and 3 zeros, indicating that 1,000 times 35 is 35,000. We'll go to one more big example. We've gone 512. We'll go through a little bit quicker with this one. We've got 2 in the 1 column, 1 in the 10s, 5 in the hundreds, and we are going to shift them all across 1 by 10. So we have a number that's 10 times bigger, which is 5,120. Same thing again for times 100. We end up with 51,200. And finally, times 1,000, we end up with a very large number of 512,000. So it is important just to keep an eye on what you are multiplying it by in terms of tens, hundreds, or thousands, or beyond. And yeah, there is a more efficient method though. So let's say we have 12 times 10. Now a really quick way for us to do this, if we're multiplying by 10, is to take away that 10, and then it's 12 times 1, which equals 12. And then all you have to do, as you've seen here, is add the 0 on the end. A bit more of a complex one for times 100, we've got 42 times 100. So again, it is the same technique, and it is really important to keep an eye on how many zeros you take out. All you have to do is strike out those 2 zeros to turn it into 42 times 1, which of course is 42. And then you just add those zeros back on to get 4,200. Much easier, much quicker, much more efficient. Last one we'll do, 64 times 1,000. Again, same technique as before. Strike out the zeros in 1,000, which will leave us with a very simple multiplication problem of 64 multiplied by 1, which of course is 64, and then you just add those 3 zeros onto the end to get 64,000.